Hey guys, John Ribs here. Jarvis is back and alongside. We were just talking off recording about how neither of us likes 013haisooooomiraqg's deck. Yeah, but let's not talk about the decks more. Let's actually watch the game. Haisu wins the roll. Seems like it shouldn't be a huge...
Actually, it is kind of a big deal if he has turn 2 block.
Which he does.
Because it sneaks under a mana leak and it allows him to pressure the planeswalkers and just, basically just be the aggressor. So it means he doesn't have to play any of his spells into a mana leak unless he wants to.
That makes sense. And 013haisooooomiraqg gets to kind of spreading seas on a glacial fortress. That's like his big plan. So far it looks like Haisu already won this game. That's my read on the situation.
These spreading seas are not ideal for this matchup.
No, they seem not to be. On the other hand, Haisu really does not have... Wow. Well, that locks out the last Squadron Hawk, I guess.
Yeah, but it only locks out one. That doesn't really do.
Yeah, not much at all. It's just like embarrassing watching 013haisooooomiraqg's deck play this matchup pre-board. So I guess we have two Aces. Yep, there's a second. It's a lot of cards. Playing the second Hawk seems fine, right?
No, this seems so bad because that's what happens.
Yeah, alright.
I would just bluff mana leak instead. Because the guy has 7 cards in hand. I mean, if he has Oblivion Ring here, it's fine. No.
Let's have the ring. And we're colonnading Jace, but I guess we should go. Oh, into the Royal Jace.
That's cute.
Yes.
Into the Royal really has no utility in this matchup otherwise.
He just made both players draw a card with that Jace.
It's fine. It survives a colonnade hit now.
I feel like I would just be fine with cycling the Jace and letting him tap 5 mana.
It really depends on what's in Haisu's hand, but like either line is fine.
Yeah, okay.
Which is to say, if you do anything with Jace, it's fine.
Day of Judgment.
It's fine. He's probably going to call like small Sphinx. It's either Sphinx or some Titan here. It looks like Sphinx.
He only has one white source right now. Okay, so we have 8 cards to 3.
Thing is,
And a Sun Titan.
that's pretty good.
2 Sun Titans in play.
What did he get back?
Torpor Orbs in play, so he hasn't gotten triggers.
Wait,
Phantasmal Image, like, almost literally does nothing in this matchup for Haisu. He has to have a giant thing in play and then copy it. It's the only thing he can do with
it'll
it.
be fine post-board because I did notice 013haisooooomiraqg had Elishman. Elishman is like a beating for that deck.
Yeah?
It's
Those
like,
are spot balls.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Now we're hitting for a lot of stuff. And getting back 1 Squadron Hawk and Jace.
He condemned the real Sun Titan, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, because condemning the other one would have been a huge one.
Yep. Okay, that's game 1. Should we look at sideboarding plans? We can try.
Well, here's my read on it. Haisu wants negate, Sun Titan, mental misstep. Board out 2 Day of Judgment. And probably...
Wait, you board out Day of Judgment? Isn't he boarding in a lot of most faster creatures?
It's like boarding in like 2, maybe 3 must-enter creatures. And we still have Oblivion Rings for those.
Okay.
Actually, no. Alright, okay. Here's what I would do. Definitely cut timely reinforcements.
Yeah, that seems definite.
Yeah, 2 timely, 1 Day of Judgment, and 1 Dismember. For those 4 cards, which is the Misstep, Negate, Image, and Titan.
He actually brings in Firewalkers a bunch this match already. I've seen him do it in multiple blue-white mirrors.
I guess that makes sense. He just wants another cheap creature to be the aggressor with.
Yeah, but I wonder what else he's taking out.
If he's doing that, he's boarding out all of his removal then.
Maybe Gideon?
No, Gideon is a giant threat too.
Alright, so you think...
He just boards out removal then. Like Day of Judgment, Dismember, you leave an O-ring, and probably, actually if he's going that route, he probably wants to cut Misstep then, because fighting a counter war is not as important to him.
Alright, that makes sense to me.
And Mirror Kafurut wants Consecrated Sphinx, Hellish Norn, Beleren. So here's the other thing. I want Orb on the play, but not on the draw versus them.
For the Squadron Hall.
Yeah. On the draw, it's bad, because if they have it on turn 2, it's like your Orb doesn't do anything. But if you have it on the play, it's fine.
Okay, I would not want multiple Torpor Orb on my deck on the play still, but I might leave one in.
That's fair. He probably wants the Volition Reigns too, actually, now that I think about it.
It's a Planeswalker, or a giant creature.
Yeah.
I guess probably...
Seas, probably. No, actually, Leyline of Sanctity is actual literal do nothing.
Okay, so that seems like an easy cut. That's already 4 cards. Do we want maybe... Well, Stoic Rebuttal seems like a hard counter.
I would cut the Spreading Seas.
Yep. All of them?
Yeah, and the thing is, if you cut Spreading Seas, you probably want to cut Venser then.
Unfortunately, like, that's his deck.
No,
like, I really doubt he will cut that, because he put 6 mediocre cards in his deck to make Venser work. But maybe he should.
He should. Venser doesn't do anything. I mean, how many? That's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 6. I guess he probably leaves in some number of Spreading Seeds and the Venser.
You can also... No.
Revoke is fine, but like not exciting.
Psychic Barrier, maybe. Yeah, anyway. That's a basic idea. I think. Game 2 is happening, and Mira is on the way with the pre-order. Bottom and top. So it looks like at least some Spreading Seas are still in. And he gets hit with turn 2 Conk again. It has Ratchet Bomb. That's like so... This is unexciting. Dub Spreading Seas.
Just a quick point. It's kind of non-intuitive. He should have seized the planes and then edged that Glacial Fortress if he could. Not that he gets the chance to do so.
Right. Yeah,
It's like a very minor point and is unlikely to matter, but it could come up.
Yep. One of every land. Pretty mana base. And he's just going to hit for 2 a lot. So now he has Colonnade up. Do you just like activate Colonnade and block here?
It really depends on what's... Well, I probably think I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. Probably just take 2.
Right, you do have a Ratchet Bomb that you can blow whenever as well. And your opponent is discarding cards.
Yeah.
So giving him something to spend mana on seems not the best. So he just discarded a Mental Misstep over casting Third Squadron on, which seems good.
It's definitely right.
Yeah, it seems good in this spot, but I doubt most people would make that play. I feel like most people just look at their hand, see that they're going to discard, and feel like they have to cast something.
The marginal utility of having Misstep in your hand in this situation is like nothing.
Yeah.
You could just have more threats to recover from the Ratchet Bomb. He probably does Ratchet Bomb. Yeah, like, it happens. So now we play Hawks.
Oh, it's thrilling. Jace is killing Jaces. No swing into Colonnade, I guess.
The guy would definitely call there, I think.
What about swinging into Colonnade before you cast Jace?
It doesn't really change anything. Like, the guy has...
There's still enough
mana up still.
Yeah, okay. Giant thing.
That is not fun times. Yeah,
Our problem with Oblivion Ring in this matchup is I feel like it always trades at a disadvantage for you. Anytime you hit a Planeswalker, it's not great. Anytime you hit one of the big creatures, it's not great. I guess that's the one spot where it's good, is hitting the other guy's Oblivion Ring. But yeah, one thing I liked about Gamesave's list was it was just playing Karn and no Oblivion Rings, just 2 Karn to get that effect in the deck instead.
So here's the thing about Karn. If people were playing Spell Pierce still, Karn would be really bad. But
Makes sense, but they're not, right?
yeah, everyone cut it from Misstep because the metagame became so inbred that by this point I probably would just go back to Spell Pierce. Yeah, I guess he felt like he couldn't beat the Elish Norn by this point. Well, he has a lot of time to draw out of it.
Well, there's a Colonnade swing for lethal next turn.
What? Is it lethal?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not.
No, it's 6 plus 6 plus 4, right? Plus
Yeah.
6.
He has 1 turn to draw out of it.
Does he have enough mana to activate both? You should check. No, he can't activate both.
We went back a long way because this recorder sucks. But I guess it's pretty quick to get back.
Yeah, he definitely cannot activate both. Well, if he
one
calls a
left.
land, he can activate both.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess it's fine to scoop there, if you want to save time on your clock especially. Because if you know
Yeah,
time to
it's
start...
9:51. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so game 3. Oh, this exhilarating blue light mirror. And mirror goes to 5. So I don't know, mulliganing doesn't seem
Not
terrible.
that important.
In a blue light mirror.
The games go long enough that the initial mulligan kind of doesn't matter as long as you have enough lands.
On the other hand, the games are often decided just by like 1 card above the other player, right?
Can be.
I guess it depends. Sometimes you just get a giant threat that can't be answered, in which case relative card advantage doesn't matter, it's a huge deal.
Man, what a monster. Secor Firewalker?
Yeah, I guess maybe that's only in on the play.
Yeah, here's the thing. I would have had Azure Mages board in that spot, and Azure Mage is like an insane threat in this kind of matchup as well.
Makes a lot of
But
sense.
I understand why he had Firewalkers. There was an uptick in red decks on Moto, where just timely reinforcements wasn't enough to beat them because they had Hero of Oxbridge.
They did not make the top 8 though. They showed up for the tournament, but
It's also a cheap deck to build.
yeah, I feel like it's probably played by weaker players on average.
Yeah. It actually does have a good blue-white call matchup. The more traditional blue-white decks are probably harder.
Okay. I don't know. The only thing going on here is whether or not he's killing a land with Tectonic Edge. He killed a colonnade but didn't kill a coast.
Killing Colony is fine because it's a threat, but
Now we kill a land. I don't know what's making his decisions there. Seems so arcane to me. Because if he...
it doesn't really make sense to kill land there.
Yeah.
Especially, why would we kill it on our turn if we were going to do that?
Yeah. And we were holding a mana leak too, right?
Yeah, that was just bad, I think.
Yeah, it seems like you want him to cast something that's 6 casting cost, mana leak it, then kill a land if you decide you want to kill a land.
This is the best we have. This is fine.
A decent chance it is good enough. Opponent has 1 card in hand.
It's a 2-turn clock.
Yep.
No, it's really bad for this guy now. Yep, yeah.
So that's that.
Bad deck list does not win.
I don't know. I feel like a bad deck list won, but the other one didn't.
His list is fine. It's like about average.
Yeah, I don't understand the archetype. There seem like there are so many minor card choices that are so finicky, and the plans for each matchup are so like dedicated and specific.
Like, okay, here's the thing. I would not build that deck like that anymore, but overall, his plan does make sense to me.
Alright. It's just like an older plan that, I mean, it's the Stoneforge Mystic plan still, right? It didn't
Not really.
change.
There's no like equipment. It's really the Kibble played a deck like this a long time ago that was just call go. There was no equipment back then essentially. It was just Squadron Hawk stapled to like Planeswalkers and counter magic. This deck is really the descendant of that.
Okay.
It's just that these guys decided that maybe tapping out for a giant like creature is better than tapping out for a giant planeswalker.
Right. Why are there no swords in the deck?
Because sword is bad in a lot of matchups.
What about like one in the sideboard or something? It feels like you're playing 1/1 flying creatures. And that's all you're playing.
The 1/1 flying creatures are like key in a lot of matchups. You don't really need sword to make them good. Like pressuring planeswalkers, they're really good at doing that, and they're really good at just letting you put pressure on early and just sitting back with mana leaks.
Okay. Another thing that irritates me about them is that they in your deck of spells. So you're playing 26 lands in your deck, in a deck that largely trades 1-for-1, but as soon as you play Squadron Hawk, you're like effectively playing 28 lands.
But 8 of your lands do things, so I don't think it's a huge deal.
Okay. I feel like maybe the list should shave a land, or the lists without Squadron hog should Edelland, because it just seems like that effect is extremely significant and people don't seem to.
Okay, here's the thing. Gainsay's deck for sure should have had 27, if not 28 lands.
Gainsay's deck.
Because he has 2 7 drops and like a bunch of 5s. And like if he misses land number 4, he's essentially just dead.
He does have 2 pro to cycle.
Yeah, but like
yeah, his curve is pretty high though.
I would have played probably 27 in that list for sure.
Alright. These are really minor things, and I have never played the decks. So let's wind up the quarterfinals and go on to casting some hot semifinal action. What do you say?
Okay.